The multi-billion rand rapid transport project in Durban has been hampered by delays. The long-awaited Go Durban Bus initiative was announced in 2013, hoping to bring relief to thousands of commuters of eThekwini. And now residents are asking a simple question: where are the buses? Well, for more on this, let's talk now to a senior reporter, Dasen Thathiah, on the ground there, who's been tracking developments and asking those questions. Good afternoon, Dasen. Where are the buses? Where are the Go Durban buses?
I think that's the golden question now, isn't it? A little while ago, I had a conversation with Durban Kosi from the IFP in eThekwini, and we just had a laugh because he says that the Go Durban project is not going at all. And that's been one of the concerns of both residents as well as opposition parties at the municipality. So the system pretty much looks like this. There are these terminals that are set up along the route. It runs all the way from the north near Kwamashu. It goes along the designated route, and here in Pinetown is where we are now. This is where another terminal is, and it's meant to link different parts of the municipality and the city together. And initially, over that decade, it was budgeted, there was about 22 billion rand that was budgeted for this project, funding of which was meant to come from national government to aid this. Now, although there has been a significant spend already, and as you can see, the infrastructure is looking great, but that's basically where it stops because there's absolutely no movement. So again, with the opposition parties that have been asking these questions, many of them saying that they're not really getting the answers. So I'm joined now by Melanie Brauterseth from the DA. Melanie, thanks for making the time. You've been tracking this project as well, and as my colleague has just asked, I think the question is, where are the buses?
They're here somewhere. We haven't seen them. There's 22 buses that have been allocated for the first phase of the C3 corridor, which was supposed to have taken place last year, October 2021. I've physically seen one bus on the road. I think it was a trial. I happened to see it. So they are there, but we're just not on the road.
Yeah. What is the municipality saying to you when you ask these questions? I mean, are there any valid reasons why this project is not up and running almost 10 years later?
Stakeholder engagement. It's continual stakeholder engagement. Every time there seems to be a launch date, all of a sudden there's more negotiations that need to take place. We're not privy to those negotiations, unfortunately. But every time there's a launch date, when we hear a launch date now, it's like we'll see what happens. Last year, there were discussions. We were consulted that there was going to be an opening. This was going to be one of the openings where the mayor was going to attend, and then all of a sudden, all the negotiations started to come up again, and it didn't transpire. And it's just a continual, every time we want to get going, something happens, another negotiation needs to be, consultation needs to happen, and we're not privy to them.
So at this point, from the responses that you're getting, it doesn't seem to be an issue around finances or anything else. It just seems to be a problem with negotiations.
From the basics, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time, Melanie Brauterseth there. So it seems that we don't have an official date yet, or we don't know when the system will be up and running. We were trying to get those answers this morning. In fact, the mayor was giving a briefing on the Tongaat issue, and I asked my colleague Letiwe Mpluli to see if she could get a word in with the mayor to get some answers. But unfortunately, at that time, he said to her that he was late, and I haven't been successful at all throughout this day in also trying to get some answers from the eThekwini municipality. But we will keep trying.
Yeah, I know. You won't stop trying, Dasen, until you get that answer. Thank you very much, Dasen Thathiah, on the ground there in Durban.